Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. An abundance of peace to my Ukraine. A world of love to my Ukraine. As I stand with God, I stand with Ukraine. Yes, sir. Now, I keep these type of videos keep coming up on my feed. They're from Canal 13. And I'm liking it because every time they come up on my feed, they're telling me good things about Ukraine, and they're telling me good things about the Ukrainian army. They're moving in, they're getting them hard, they're hitting them. So, since every morning I'm praying for peace, I'm thinking that it makes me realize that my prayers are being answered because we're moving towards peace. I think there was an evacuation in Belgorod. I think I saw. I also wanted to react to this. One of the reasons, and some of them I just seen. I didn't react to it. I didn't put them here, but some of them I want to do at least some because I want my Ukrainian people to tell me, is there any truth in this? How true is this? Am I looking at fake news? Am I not looking at fake news? Do you guys get Canal 13 in Ukraine? Let me know what's going on, guys. I'm just very interested. But this one we're gonna check out. It's shock for Russian generals. Army declares it is tired and giving up fighting. See, that one I wanted to check out because, like I said, we're moving towards peace, as I understand. So, before we do, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Let's get right to it. Canal 13.
After 3.5 years of the Great War, the mood in the ranks of the Russian occupation army is despondent. The soldiers are tired of huge losses, technological backwardness, and indifference from Moscow. The Russian Z channel, Vozak, close to the Russian armed forces, spoke frankly about this. The author noted that this topic is taboo in Russia. He published the words of his fellow soldiers about the war. We are no longer combat ready. We are burnt out.
They're probably telling their general, fuck that. Tell fucking Puto to come and fight himself.
I am going into battle, and I don't care whether I am killed or not. You can't throw people to their deaths for 3 years in a row and demand their full commitment, says one of the occupiers. He noted that recruits do not survive long at the front. Their own commanders use them as cannon fodder without any mercy. Sometimes it seems to me that when everything is over, they will put up barbed wire around the LBS and they will not let us out into peaceful life because they will be afraid of what we can say, the Russian soldier stated. Another mobilized soldier spoke about the catastrophic technical backwardness of the Russian army. According to him, Russian artillery is about 20 years behind, and the mortars used have long since turned into museum exhibits. Another soldier noted bitterly, "To hell with Kiev. When will the mobilized people be allowed to go home?" Another complained about the indifference of Moscow and Russians in general. "Dimon, tell us about us in Moscow. Why have they forgotten about us?" The author of the post described the contrast between the front and the capital. "I come to Moscow. Everything is fine in the capital. New paving stones, car sharing, taxis, girls and guys laughing in cafes. Who and what can I tell there?" he noted. Even Russian propaganda resources are beginning to admit the Russian army is exhausted, the mobilized are demoralized, the equipment is outdated, and Moscow itself lives as if there is no war at all. Now there are situations on the front line where the army refuses to fight. Z-War correspondent publicly acknowledged the failure of the SVO. Russian Z-War correspondent Yuri Kotenok gave a long, frank interview in which he admitted that Moscow's strategic objectives have not been fulfilled in 3.5 years of war, and they will not be fulfilled in the coming years. According to him, the Kremlin's announced attempts to demilitarize Ukraine, that is, to deprive it of its military power, have not brought the expected result. On the contrary, the Ukrainians have become stronger during the war. Kotenok said directly that at the current rate of advance, the capture of Donbass will take years. According to rough estimates, if we continue to advance at the same pace, breaking the enemy's defenses, then we will go on for years. For years. If we continue to advance at this pace, gnawing out tens and hundreds of meters a day with blood and sweat, it will take us a year to a year and a half to liberate the territory of the DPR alone, the Kremlin propagandist complained. He stressed that the key goals of aggression announced by Russian dictator Vladimir Putin in 2022 have failed. The key goals, in my opinion, of the SVO are the demilitarization of Ukraine and denazification. Let's see how close we are to this. 3 years have passed. In fact, if we speak seriously and frankly, we are at the beginning of a long journey, despite the fact that so much blood has been shed. What losses? What destruction? Said Kotenok.
Looking at it from the outside of the box, looking in, this should be very embarrassing for Russia. Because, I mean, Russia's the biggest country in the world as far as territory. Russia should have 3-4 times, maybe 10 times the military power that Ukraine has. And I know that Ukraine has received a lot of help, a lot of aid in weapons and resources and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Still, when you look at the size, of Russia and the power that Russia's supposed to be one of the most powerful countries in the world. And 3 years has passed and they haven't been able to stop Ukraine. At the end of the day, well, the first reason is because God don't like ugly. That's just my opinion. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly, and God is not letting evil prevail. That's just my take. The second part is that they basically thought it was going to be something easy. I believe that after this war, when this is all over, which is about to be over, I pray to God that this is about to be over and the citizens of Ukraine could go back to living in peace and they can all exercise. I can start hearing all my good music and everything will go back in peace. Maybe someday I'll go visit Keith. Who knows? And everything will be back to normal. But it's still going to be embarrassing at the end of the day for Russia. Like I said, this right here proves not only how strong Ukraine is, but how not strong Russia is.
The UK will deploy Royal Air Force fighter jets and an air-to-air tanker to Poland as part of a NATO mission. According to Associated Press, it comes as multiple Russian drones crossed into Poland on Wednesday in what European officials described as a provocation, causing NATO to send fighter jets to shoot them down. UK Secretary of State for Defence, John Healey, said Russia's actions were reckless and dangerous. What this demonstrates is that the UK will play a full part in deterring Russian aggression and, if necessary, defend NATO airspace, and it will be a message to Moscow that you've tested NATO, he said at the RAF Prize Nord.
I heard something like this, guys. I heard that they were crossing into NATO territory, that Russia was crossing boundaries he wasn't supposed to be crossing. I guess because he's getting desperate, guys. Let me know about this, guys. School me on this. Because like I said, I'm lost. That's why I wanted to watch it. And I like to watch it like this through my channel and just react to it. because I like to see the comments. I like to read the comments. I like to read what my people from Ukraine are telling me and how true is this, whatnot. Maybe you guys can explain it better.
On Monday, Russia said Poland wasn't targeted, and Moscow's ally Belarus said the drones went astray because they were jammed. But European leaders have expressed certainty that the incursion was deliberate, underlining long-held concerns about the expansion of Russia's more than three-year war in Ukraine. Polish airspace has been violated several times since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, but there has been nothing on the scale of Wednesday's violations in Poland or in any other NATO country. Romania said on Saturday it deployed two F-16 jets to intercept a drone that briefly entered its airspace. The country's defense ministry said the drone did not fly over inhabited areas and did not represent an imminent danger to the public.
I'm confirming that within days, British fighter jets and an air-to-air tanker behind us will be part of NATO's new airspace mission to defend the eastern flank against the Russian incursions, the Russian actions which have been so reckless and dangerous and unprecedented in recent days. They'll be part of a NATO air mission alongside the Germans, the Danes, the French, and it reinforces NATO's eastern flank in the face of Putin's actions. And the message to Moscow is clear. Putin tested NATO, NATO responded with unity, and the UK will play our full part. When we are threatened, we respond together. What this demonstrates is that the UK will play a full part in deterring Russian aggression and, if necessary, defend NATO airspace. And it will be a message to Moscow that you've tested NATO, NATO's responded in full, and we will play our fullest part in the UK. And when Moscow tests us in this way, it redoubles our determination to stand together in NATO, and it redoubles our determination to stand by Ukraine in the face of their Russian aggression.
That's right. I love that. I gotta rewind that. I love what he said right here.
In the UK, and when Moscow tests us in this way, it redoubles our determination to stand together in NATO, and it redoubles our determination to stand by Ukraine in the face of their Russian aggression. Escalation in Ukraine, incursions into NATO, Romania and Poland, and this Eastern Century response by NATO is for NATO nations together, saying you threaten NATO, we respond as one. The Voyager behind us, our jets will fly from RAF Coningsbury, and between the two bases there'll be 400 UK personnel supporting this new UK contribution to NATO's new air mission on the eastern flank.
Russia's playing a very, very, very dangerous game. Things like that could easily start World War III.
Operation Eastern Sentinel has been launched in Poland as a response by NATO countries to the arrival of Russian attack drones in the country. This was reported by the media RM. We thank our allies for their solidarity with Poland and the decision to send forces, Checkmate 171S helicopters, Danish F-16s and an air defense frigate, French Rafale, German Eurofighter, as well as the support of the United Kingdom and other NATO countries. This is a concrete response that demonstrates that the unity of the alliance translates into real protection of our borders, the Polish Armed Forces Operational Command said in a statement. F-24 with reference to the Polish military. The General Staff of the Polish Armed Forces showed a video of the landing of the French A-400 transport aircraft, which delivered weapons for Rafale fighters already in Poland. Within the framework of the Eastern Sentinel mission, Denmark will provide 2 F-16 fighters and an air defense frigate, France will provide 3 Rafale fighters, and Germany will provide 4 Eurofighter jets. The United Kingdom has also expressed its readiness to provide support. These and other forces will strengthen the presence on the eastern flank of the alliance. They added that the Eastern Sentinel is not just a new initiative, it is a clear signal that NATO's borders are inviolable and the security of citizens remains a priority. Recall, Poland closed all border crossings with Belarus as the joint Russia-Belarus military exercises Zapad 2025 begin at NATO's doorstep. Moscow and Minsk claim the drills simulate repelling an attack against Russia and Belarus. But Zapad 2021 masked Russia's preparations for its invasion of Ukraine. Poland has shut down its border with Belarus as the Zapad 2025 military drills begin between Russia and Belarus. All traffic across the border has been suspended in both directions, including cars and cargo trains. During a midnight press conference in Tiraspol close to the border with Belarus, Polish Interior Minister Marcin Kierwiński said Zapad 2025 maneuvers, during which aggressive war scenarios against our country are being practiced. Russia has been behaving aggressively towards Poland in recent days, and for many years has been behaving aggressively towards the entire civilized world. To ensure the safety of our citizens, we are forced to make these decisions.
I see Russia throwing the towel by early next year. They're going to hold off a little bit. But I think by early next year, Putin's going to try to sit down and talk it over. Let's go to dialogue. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about some ceasefire. Now he's going to want to talk. But I think, I don't see it this year, though. I see it maybe early this year, the first quarter of next year. I think he's going to hold off. It's just too bad that his soldiers are suffering. His soldiers are saying, listen, that's it, man. You fucking come and fight. That's what I would have said. Tell him to fucking come over here and fight. Fuck that. So guys, let me know about this. School me on that. I read all the comments because I like to know what my peoples are saying. I like to know what my Ukrainian peoples are saying. My peoples that are over there. My people that are closer to the truth. Because from here, a lot of times you get a lot of fake news. I don't know if this is a trusted channel. Canal 13. I've done a few I think this is my third reaction that I do from them. So let me know what truth is in this, guys. Please school me on that. Let me know what's going on. Since I pray every morning for Ukraine, for Cambodia, for world peace, I want to stay up to date on what's going on. Now, I say something that this Canal 13, I like what they say because they always have good news. They're always talking about every news that I see or every video they come up with. It's always something good. It's always telling me that Ukraine is moving forward, which I'm loving. So guys, let me know, man. School me on this. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Love you, Ukraine. Peace, love, and God bless.